most straightforward lanes. Like Weaver up against Dusa is maybe something that can punish Dusa early on, but it also is a little bit risky.
They're going to run into each other. Are they going to see them straight away? It looks like they are going to go and try and chase the Ench, and Nature Lover is already gone. In we go for more. Kiritsugu going to be targeted. Athena also dropping extremely low, but they want the Bloodseeker. They almost have him, though he is running a little bit too quickly here for the cut to finish him off. But no, there's the slow coming out. Mystic Snake to fly out as well, but it's not going to hit the Bloodseeker. So they're going to be just fine to get Kiritsugu out of there. But First Blood already going the way of the cut. And to make matters worse, it goes to MTD. So the mid Zeus gets the bonus gold.
Yeah, it's going to be more than happy, of course, starting off the lane like that, having a little bit more to get into the bottle. Finishes up the full Magic Wand first for MTD. Having some more regen on hand up against maybe some of the spell spam you'd expect from an Ember. And they do start off with an extra bounty rune here, sneaking one away on Ade. So 3-for-1 start for the cut, feeling great there. It looks like MTD will just opt to TP into his lane. Doesn't mind skipping out on the block for a bit and get to look at that mid matchup. MTD on the Zeus up against Desperate on the Ember. Again, not too bad for a Zeus. It does get annoying maybe by level 3 when you have level 2 Sleight of Fist here for Desperate. That's where things can go a little bit south for the Zeus. You don't have the most durability to kind of handle just the output that an Ember will have there with the right clicks. But before that, I mean, Flame Guard is something you can melt through. You can handle the creep wave quite nicely with Arc Lightning. Not the worst thing in the world for a Zeus to play into for sure.
Certainly not. We'll see how MTD does deal with it. I mean, for now, I think MTD's just, from what we've seen, he should just be the better player here in this matchup. So, see if Desperate can keep up. Have a look at the side lanes though as well, of course. Bottom lane, looks like there is a bit of action. Athena just chasing EMP. Of course, Scourge McDuck's going to be there. Zor's going to be there on the position 3 Weaver. I highly doubt they can do anything to slow Scourge McDuck down here. Like, maybe you've got a little kill potential here with Thana and Zor, but it does feel like you are lacking in the damage department. Not really any spells to throw out either. So, this bottom lane, like, yeah, sure, there could be some kills to happen, but for now, it's going to feel quite passive.
Yeah, and even though you have this mobility coming out from Nexus Titans, a Disruptor can punish easily, especially if Empyrean does opt for the kinetic field level at some point. So even if you try to charge into to do so, you might not have the best ways to truly just run through that kinetic field. For now, Scourge McDuck having a pretty damn free lane. We are seeing Tana kind of try to grab up that creep wave, try to just soak up some EXP as you tend to want to do on the Spirit Breaker. And well, this lane only gets scary from Nexus Titans maybe by their level 4 or 5, really. That's the point where you can start to punish a little bit more. Heck, Empyrean doesn't even get the kinetic field, just wants to try to glimpse and force out the Shikuchi uses early on. Could be a nice way to cut off the charges as well from Tana.
Yeah.
Should be able to soak up.
Yeah, top lane, Nature Lover is going to be there as well here. With Kiritsugu, of course, Ade is going to be around on the Doom with the Clink Speed God's going to be around just trying to deal damage to Nature Lover for now. It seems like it should be a dominant lane here for Nexus Titans up at top lane, but at the very least, I think they're kind of doing just fine and kind of staying around here in the lane, though as the levels go up, it might become a little bit more challenging. They are trying their best to apply their pressure here on the Ench Bloodseeker, but it doesn't seem like Ade really cares too much.
Yeah, you did get Blood Right again. Value for damage is kind of dropped a little bit more. You've got the enchant into Blood Right, so you have a slow setup for that.
No, mid lane, MTD, just getting the solo pick off here onto Desperate. That is not what you want to see if you're Nexus Titans. That is a terrible start here for the Ember as Ade. Top lane, going to be in danger, is going to try and go for the man fight, but Kiritsugu will oblige. And B-God, of course, did not have the damage to finish off the Bloodseeker, so a nice, easy pick-off for them.
That's just, again, you have the enchant and Blood Right. The damage is nerfed, but the chase down is where it's really important. Then you have enough output from Nature Lover and just the right clicks of Kiritsugu to kind of clean up the Doom. So a little bit rough for Ade to kind of fall, but again, not the worst thing in the world. You're still Doom, you're still going to be farming up. You can stay with a level 1 Devourer build. It's down bot getting aggressive here.
Oh, they've got Zor down. Zor. And that's the Weaver going down. Like, that's the one that's the hero you probably wouldn't expect to die. But Zor getting glimpsed back here by Empyrean is going to get punished. And I suppose it is a level 1 Sakuchi, so the cooldown is quite long at 15 seconds. The poor Weaver just had no way out.
Nah. It's a little bit rough again in this lane. Level 4 doesn't save you either. I feel like it's really level 5 where you could maybe go for a 1-3-1 build on Weaver where that lane starts to feel stable. Even then, at that point, Scourge McDuck's farm starts to really be at the point where he's just fine, kind of going into the jungle at that point by 5. So you have to kind of pick your poison here on the side of Nexus Titans. And again, the impact of Tana not really felt. It's not like it's an easy lane to just run up, try to go for some bashes here. Overall, a strong start for the cut, 3-1, 2K lead coming out their way. Mid and safe lane doing spectacularly well. I think this for the side of the Nexus Titans, it's going to be a bit of a struggle in trying to find those openings now.
Zor goes down again. And now MTD pops the ulti, gets one. They'll find another at bot lane. So Desperate goes down, Thana goes down. Just everyone dropping here on Nexus Titans. This mid and the off lane of Nexus Titans have gone terribly. The only lane going okay is the top. But even that's not going well. Like, you're a Bloodseeker against a Medusa later. It's not going to feel that good. And Ade's still finding farm.
Oh.
Charge out. They're going to try and punish the top lane. So Ade is going to go down a second time. I appreciate the attention to the top lane, but I would like maybe a little bit more in the mid lane, I think, because MTD getting this off to this good of a start. Like, he's level 7 compared to the level 5 of Desperate. That's not going to feel very good for your Embers. Now B-God's going to get jumped here, but even he's not dropping. They'll charge through him and get the kill. Now on to MTD, there you go. But MTD looking to try and fight back here, though he is dropping quite low, but still fighting. Thana looking like he's the one to drop as he does go down. But Desperate is going to try and secure Empyrean. Problem is he doesn't seem to have the damage. So Empyrean, at least for now, is going to run. MTD will need to do the exact same thing, however. He will go back towards the fountain. In fact, never mind. B-God's going to come in and give him the full bottle. Yeah, ooh, Desperate. Oh, Chain's missing. That's going to give another opening to MTD. There is a charging coming, so he does need to be a little bit careful here on the Zeus. Desperate trying to bait him a little bit forward now as Thana is going to reveal himself. MTD will just use the heavenly jump away, and he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, man. At least managed to get someone here to soak some EXP while Desperate resets, does have a Remnant back in. They're starting to emphasize mid here heavily. Nature Lover showing up as well. Next rune is still a ways off, but wants to start getting aggressive to shut down, maybe scout out some stacks. Nothing quite there yet for the cut.
Nature Lover now going to find himself in a spot of trouble as Desperate. Well, he's the one that really needs to get out, but in fact, it's MTD now that's in trouble. Jump away again. This heavenly jump can just feel so obnoxious as a spell. Like, you're a Spirit Breaker charging in and he just jumps away casually. There's not really much you can do about it here as the Breaker at level 4. At least they are giving Desperate a lot of space here in the Ember to try and catch up, but he's got like half the net worth of FTD. That's how badly the mid lane went.
Yeah, again, the core matchup for Zeus just feels really good. Gets the reset, comes in, has the ult ready.
And goes down.
Just finds a kill.
Yeah, Desperate's gone. This is a pretty big stomp so far, I can't lie. It's the laning stage has gone so badly for Nexus Titans. See if they can set up something down a bot lane. Like, there is a big group up here. They are looking at the Medusa. I don't think Scourge McDuck is going to be that easy of a pick-off, though. And, well, it looks like for now they aren't even going to bother trying to jump in. I think they realize that this is way too dangerous of a kill attempt to go for.
And the one thing is, you're feeling really confident right now in the cut. Scourge McDuck doesn't even have the value point in that Stone Gaze. Feeling like he doesn't even need it. His team can back him up. you can just go for a full farm build. Has the Yasha up plus power tread, so he's in a really good position now as this Dusa. Some rather interesting charge angles here, MTD.
I mean, they're trying. We've seen this before. Heavily jump away. Desperate, trying to help get the kill, but now he's in danger. Oh, no. He had remnants too, but he just didn't... I guess he didn't expect the Static Storm to come out this early. Empyrean getting a glimpse back as well is going to find Nature Lover, and I mean, Nature Lover might be safe, but they've got the slow from the Tar Bomb in just a moment. Oh, and the Kinetic Field's going to land as well. That's a bit of a problem here for Nature Lover. Still Enchant is going to slow down B-God, but Empyrean's still going. We'll find the kill. Going back to that mid-Ember kill that just happened, I don't think they were expecting Empyrean to already be level 6 at 9 minutes, but he is.
Yeah, I mean, your supports for comparison here, your Spirit Breaker's still stuck at 4. Your Enchantress is a little bit more far ahead, but you want the Spirit Breaker to really hit his level strides. They do still have their Wisdom Rune available. That should help the cause here. That does bring Tana to 5 and 5.5 now for Nature Lover, so a little bit more to play with at least on the Spirit Breaker with a level 3 Bash Hop. Still 10-3, 4K lead coming out for the side of the cut. You mentioned this being a stop, Mike. It looks more like a hammering. You know, blunt force trauma right to Nexus Titans in the laning stage for now. It's going to be a tough path to recovery. Like we talked about Zora being the solution to Dedusa, this is not a well-farmed Weaver. You do hit your level spikes, so with Chikuchi up, you should be able to farm fine in lane, but the timings for, say, a Diffusal, it's still going to be a little bit long in the tooth here.
Oh, boy. Mid lane again, MTD, finding a solo pick-off. I mean, I say solo, B-God was around on the Clinks, but I don't think he really did much. MTD's got the full phylactery up now, so his output's pretty insane in terms of the damage department. Already has max Q and W, so he's got the combos he needs, and well, Desperate just cannot survive if he shows up in front of this Zeus at the moment. There is almost a 4-level difference between the Zeus and the Ember. That is how badly this mid lane matchup has gone for Nexus Titans.
Yeah, it's just not been good for Desperate. I mean, again, Zeus wins that mid lane matchup in the early levels, but you don't expect him to win out by this big a margin. Having the same farm as Scourge McDuck has from free lane. You've really gotten everything you could have asked for here. The side of Nexus Titans maybe looking to collapse up top once more.
Yeah, are they? Gonna be chased down. Charge will connect. Rupture out now. They are focusing very hard to make sure Ade does not have a good game, but the Doom does come out. Static Storm dropped as well. The Bloodseeker, he is way too low. He's gone. Nature Lover, he will drop to boot. MTD coming in for a triple kill. They'll have a look for a little bit more now. Zor, he will get glimpsed back. Empyrean gonna drop here to Desperate. In fact, Zor was the one who claimed the kill on the Weaver. Nevertheless, though, 6k advantage now the way of the cut. A 3-for-1 trade. MTD getting all the kills on the Zeus now, 9-0-2. And this, I mean, he's just completely uncontested. It's not even close right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary to kind of play into this real sharp timing coming out from the side of the cut. Nexus Titans, again, dragging 3 more heroes up top. And that entire rotation, just, you can't even kill off the guy you were running into with 3 heroes. Ade just has the back of his team, the cut working as a unit really damn well. I'm surprised they're emphasizing the Doom so much more than they are emphasizing the Medusa. You know, not going for Scourge McDuck here, who's been isolated down bot. Just trying to bully out a Doom with Devour Midas. And Ade's enjoying himself. Again, he had some nerfs on Devour Gold. It's still a lot of gold anyway. You have some nerfs to Vanguard. He's still tanky. He's still durable. And they'll still commit the same 3 heroes up here.
Ade, here we go again. I mean, they are just consistently aiming this guy. The thing is, I don't believe they can deal with the Medusa, and we're going to find out right now, because Scourge McDuck is going to TP in. Glimpse back, a great Static Storm here by Empyrean. Desperate is still trying to get some kills going. Zor will go down. Desperate down now to boot. They are trying to chase Empyrean, but he survived. Dana was trying to secure the kill. Meanwhile, Nature Lover also going to go down to MTD. As Dana is still trying to kill Empyrean. Will not get him though. It's an AK advantage. 4 down for Nexus Titans. The only one to survive was Kiritsugu. There's Posmon Bloodseeker desperately trying to get a BKB up so he can actually fight in these team fights. So right now, they can't do anything against this Zeus. Like without a BKB up, everyone is just melting.
And this is going to be a continuous struggle for the side of Nexus Titans because they don't have a really good aura carrier unless you start to itemize that way here for Tana. Like your offlane Weaver is definitely not going to go auras for sure. He's not even going Diffusal, opting for a Gleipnir for additional control. That's still going to take some time here. Again, without the Maelstrom start farming here, it's a lot slower than you'd want it to be for Zor to play in the jungle or to clear out these creep waves. They are still clumping up top, charge out onto Begot, but they don't fully commit. And for the side of the cut, just a straightforward push up top. Crimson Guard, only the recipe away here for good old Ade. Even MTD joining in on the fun, just wailing onto the tower. Has a haste ready to go. Full Kaya up with a phylactery. This Zeus, man, one of the few heroes to get buffed here. Does a lot more damage, especially with that Thunder God's Wrath. Not to be underestimated.
Yeah, he's killing it. I mean, props to MTD. I believe this is actually one of his favorite mid-heroes to play. Zor is doing literally no damage to B-God. B-God is literally just standing there de-warding right now. That was depressing to say the least. Charge forward, maybe they can get him, but now the Static Storm going to be dropped right on top of their heads, and it was all a bait in the end. Empyrean, he's always in position with these Static Storms, and well, in Nexus Titans, they're trying their best to get some kind of kills their way. It's just not working out, and apparently Desperate needs to fix his cam. I don't blame him for not wanting to be on camera right now, John. I don't quite blame him.
Yeah, it's a rough go. It's a rough go, to say the least here, for the side of Nexus Titans. Again, less of a stomp, more of a hammering. There's some severe blunt force trauma coming out from the side of the cut. The side of Nexus Titans, I don't even know if I can say they have a launching port right now. Zor forced to use out the time lapse to bail out of mid. You're getting some good farm in Kiritsugu. As you mentioned, the BKB will come online eventually. I don't know if your Bloodseeker will really have a lot of presence here, though. Again, it's not the tankiest hero. Does have decent armor, I suppose, but this is a Dusa who's not going to be playing into a Crimson Guard from any one of your team anytime soon. So the Dusa damage is going to be stable. They're setting their eyes onto Ade down bot again. They've got good forward vision down south to kind of look for that opportunity on the Doom here.
But Ade's he's not the problem. That's my issue. Like, they keep aiming this guy. Maybe it's just a matter of they think that's the only core they can kill right now, and they'd probably be correct in saying that. But he's not the problem. Like, Scourge McDuck has a full butterfly up now. Like, maybe kill the Zeus if we're gonna go for anyone squishy. It's gotta be the Zeus. MTD's got a 12 kill streak. Top lane. Dana's gonna get caught. Dana's down.
Jesus Christ.
Desperate cannot fight right now. He needs to run. Meanwhile, Zor's just being controlled up by Empyrean. He's actually losing so much HP on the Weaver. Desperate still remnanting around, but the chase is on here from Empyrean snake again. Meanwhile, Zor, he's just gonna drop. No real contest here. The Cut are just demolishing them.
Yeah, they're wrecking true right here, Mike. I do agree with you. When these moves on Ade have not paid off, even if he's died 3 times, like, what does that achieve? This dude is just going Crimson Guard. He's going utility this game, going for the Guardian Greaves as well. He's just going full aura. If you jump MTD, if you jumped him earlier on, especially with 4 heroes perhaps, that could have been the kill. You know, and this guy could have been the target he went down for. Instead, MTD, he's 12-0-5. 12-0-5. Not dying on a Zeus is just crazy.
Oh, Desperate.
It's not a mobile hero.
Desperate. Runs. He remnanted right into this Clinks. The B-God's not going to find him in time. It looks like he's going to be all right, but they know the Remnant's there. And I don't think he knows the Clinks was waiting for him. So he's going to come back to this Remnant, the poor guy. But no, it looks like he's gonna walk. He'll play it safe. He'll realize they're around.
Yeah.
That's good news.
They had a ward in the area, so he does see the rest of the team, and that does mean that he has to back off. They are trying to push in mid, but not with a full commit either.
They can't. They don't have any damage. They can't fight the cut at the moment, even if they wanted to. Ada is literally just rushing forward with this Crimson Guard, knowing that they actually can't kill him as long as he has a bit of backup. Empyrean's going to get a glimpse back. They'll try to aim him down. They might have him, but now the Static Storm's going to be dropped, so Zora is down. They're still trying to fight Kiritsugu, though, dropping real darn quick as they will continue chasing down the cut, but the cut is just standing their ground, maybe a little bit too long, however. They do lose MTD. They do lose another in the Empyrean Disruptor, and now they've lost B-God. That is a lot of gold set to go the way of Nexus Titans. So the team fight does work out in their favor as Nature Lover barely makes it out, avoiding the team wipe. And that was quite a few streaks going the way of Nexus Titans, so the gold influx is nice. Mind you, they still have a big Medusa problem, but at least they get some kills on the board.
Yeah, if you look at the fight recap for that one, 2.9k gold going Nexus Titans' way despite losing more heroes. I mean, that's what happens when you're 13k behind. And the side of the cut, they're not quite respecting that BKB. That does allow them to kind of handle the Zeus a lot better. MTD just getting run down by a Bloodseeker that doesn't care too much. Still, the moment Scourge McDuck shows up, the fight is pretty hard to manage. And I do like what MTD's going for now. Just going for the Lincolns. Getting some protection from the Rupture so he can run his way out of that Blood Rite. And for Titans, they need to find a way to replicate that fight. I don't know if they can, considering that came out from Ade just running forward there.
Roshan is going to get started here as well from the cut. So after one average team fight for themselves, they decide they better just take Roshan. Play it safe. Don't get too excited. And that they will. Smoke is out from Nexus Titans. They were trying to get there, but they will decide better of it, I guess, as they are a bit too late to the party, though they are at least sticking around a little bit here with Zor. Zor not being spotted, however, should be just fine to get out of that side of the map. Just get to a safer point. And it seems like they'll work on just creep skipping right now to make sure that the push can't come in here for Nexus Titans. The TPs are incoming. EMP, he's going to find at least Thana. Static Storm to be dropped, but Thana just TPs out. The Weaver being just fine for now, though in comes the cut going for the chase. Zor will be able to secure you away, but B-God is on the chase, and now the time lapse the other way, just to ensure that he will make it away. And it seems like he will.
Never refuse gold given.
Yep. Does manage to snipe a couple of couriers there as well, Zor. So it gives themselves a little bit of gold to play with here. I'm looking at Kiritsugu, Mike. He is going for the Yags.
Right.
I don't know if that's a solution right now. I appreciate his belief in the Yags. You know, I'm someone who commiserates with people who think the Yags is good. I don't think it's good in this game. Let me tell him, Mike. I do not think this fixes his issues on the Bloodseeker up against this Medusa. So we'll have to see if it pays off. I mean, if you do run down MTD, he will die a lot faster. That's something.
Well, I don't know if MTD is worried, John, because they're going for T3 towers at the moment. So, you know, you can farm this axe all you want. It feels a little bit memey this game. I mean, at least you're going to have a nice shield. Maybe that's why they're playing with the axe here for the Bloodseeker. Just have the shield up. Just get that kind of overhealing going, but well, there goes your mid-racks. Like, you're not going to have time to farm the axe and go for a fight, I don't think. Unless you want to play with 2 racks down, which is seeming like what Nexus Titans are going to have to do. They do still have a bottom T2 tower, so there's no chance that their bottom rack's going. But being 2 racks down is going to feel like megas anyway for Nexus Titans right now, as they are going to get at least some backdoor protection kicking in time. No creeps around the base, which does mean the cut eventually do just have to leave. They don't have the damage yet. Desperate though.
Nah.
He's okay. He'll remnant away.
Yeah. some heads-up plays from Nexus Titans, at least cutting off the creep waves, so the cut doesn't have that opportunity to continue that high ground siege. Still, they find Amelia racks on mid. You're still feeling good about having the super creeps up in that direction. Desperate again.
They're running it away. He'll be okay.
Yeah. It's fine. He's working towards his BKB as well to have a little bit more impact in the middle of these fights. Things coming out for Tana. He is standing right in the middle. You have bigger issues now with your Deuce, though. And a full Orchid for B-God. He finds his solo kill on your Spirit Breaker. Oh.
Kuretsugu. The chase is on.
He does not care about Rupture.
No, I mean, who cares? He's literally just continuing to run through it. He is helping with the thirst of Kuretsugu, though. They kind of messed up in that sense, adding the movement speed with the thirst, but apart from that, who cares about the damage? He's just kind of sending a message here to the Bloodseeker. And that is depressing. Like, when you see a Doom just literally walking with your Upshron, chasing you down with no fear in the world, like, that is a pretty demoralizing sight to have to watch.
And it is. Desperate TP'd in and is
Yes, he did.
stuck here for a bit. Rather interesting.
Mid lane,
right.
B-God's going to get jumped. B-God should be going down, and he will go down. Nice pick off to start things off here for Nexus Titans. But a little bit more than that, I'm sure, but at least for now, it's a good start. Question is, can they deal with Scourge McDuck now? Because he's the big issue. Charges out onto MTD. MTD going to be just fine to heavily jump away. They are trying to slowly chip away at the mana pool of Scourge McDuck, though he is just fighting back so easily. So you saw how much damage he just did to Zor. And then off they go again onto the high ground. Kuretsugu needs to be very cautious with the damage output. Glimpses back. He's really confident here, and he's just down. Not respecting the kinetic field that was coming out here from Empyrean. He just drops, and now Nexus Titans forced to fight 3v5. But they cannot deal with this Medusa whatsoever. They just don't have the heroes. They don't have the net worth. Now the Static Storm to come out into the Doom. Just stacking everything here for the cut. Making sure Zor goes down. And Nexus Titans, I mean, they've got to call it. There you go. They've had enough. There is no chance of making a comeback this game one.
No. I mean, I appreciate they go back into comfort. They go back for this off-lane Weaver that they've run multiple times in Zor. It just doesn't have laning presence, you know, especially with the Spirit Breakers.